The climate workshop is currently underway at ETC Center in Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. As you know, that the Metro is one of the cities that is affected by the drought. The workshop is facilitated by the Presidential Climate Commission, which was set up by President Cyril Ramaphosa in December 2020, just to look at some of the challenges that are faced by the country when it comes to climate, and also to come up with solutions to those climate challenges. The Commission began its work by doing two pilot projects, one in eThekwini municipality in Durban, where it was affected by the floods, and also in Nelson Mandela Bay, as I mentioned earlier on, that is currently affected by the climate change. But I do have one of the commissioners of the Presidential Climate Commission, Mr. Brian Ngqina. Sir, thank you so much for your time. Let's just talk about the theme for this workshop. It's called Development a Resilient Climate for Nelson Mandela Bay. How do we go about that, developing that resilient climate?
Thanks, Mcebisi, and good morning to your listeners and your viewers. As the PCC, the Presidential Climate Commission, we focus on what we call the social compact. That is, whatever we are doing, we want to do it with the affected communities, with the affected role players. So we decided to respond to the extreme weather events that we are witnessing in South Africa. The most obvious ones and the most recent ones that we've seen are the floods that we saw in Durban or in KZN and the Eastern Cape last year, and also the drought that is currently being experienced in the Eastern Cape. So we undertook two studies to focus on those aspects, and we had a deep dive analysis of why was the impact felt so much in these areas. What is the state of readiness, and what can be done to enhance resilience to these extreme weather events? So why are we here today? We are here to bring back some of the feedback from that, from those studies. But most importantly, we want to get more views from the people here in Nelson Mandela Metro about how we can take this work forward with them, for them. Thank you.
And also, one of the key tasks that you were given as the PCC was the transition of energy from coal to renewable energy. But it seems that process is taking too long. Why is it taking so long, that process? And also the impact that has when it comes to gas emissions in the country.
Yeah. Well, the way we work as the Commission, it's important that we bring on board all relevant role players. It's important to hear the different views about what we want to achieve, which is ultimately a transition towards climate resilient economy, climate resilient livelihoods. Now that involves a lot of key role players. So inevitable, listening, translating, understanding the different voices that are very strong in this area is going to take time. I don't think we are moving slow. I think we are moving as fast as we can. However, it's important that all voices are heard. And that's why the process may not be moving as fast as even us would like.
And also, when are you going to have those public hearings of those voices?
Well, if you are referring to the energy side of the work, we've just finished the process of collecting views from various stakeholders. We talked with the youth, we talked with labor, we talked with different government players, and we've produced a report. That report we've actually already submitted to government already. I think it was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago that report has already been submitted to the President for his consideration and his cabinet. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was one of the commissioners of the Presidential Climate Commission, Brian Ngqina, just talking about outlining of what is going to be discussed in this conference, and also some of the work that I've been doing, such as the transition of energy moving from coal to renewable energy. On my side, back to you in studio.